What's up, man? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Hit the like, sub, comment, notifications, do all that good stuff, man. Look, man, we gotta keep the same damn energy for real. So it's okay for Christopher Columbus to slaughter, uh, kill in indigenous people or Indians, or bring diseases here into the country and take the credit for something that he really didn't discover, but he gets a day in his name. But then they want to sit here and they want to protest about the late George Floyd, about him having a statue, and they vandalizing his statue. Are you serious? Okay, okay, they talk about his checkered past, right? They talk about this man having a checkered past. Look, he wasn't no different than a lot of these other people that are in the front offices, in the political sector, in these businesses worldwide that you see, or corporate, I should say, that have a lot of skeletons in their closet too. It's just that y'all just saw it in the world and were able to judge him. Who cares, man? Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. The only thing they really tripping on is the fact that this man did porn. That's the only thing that they tripping on. They talk about, oh, he shouldn't have a statue in his honor. Man, do you know how many statues they had to tear down of all these quote unquote great figures that uh, were racist, that were supporting slavery, that killed people, that did all this stuff? You don't hear none of that stuff about George Floyd, do you? But you want to make a mockery of it because he had somewhat of a checkered past, because this dude did time, because this dude was an adult entertainer, or all this other stuff. What? Because he wasn't like Larry Elder, an oil and milk motherfucker that want to sit up there and try to sit there and say, okay, yeah, uh, slave slave owners should get reparations too. That's who you feel should have a day. But y'all want to give Christopher Columbus a day. I think it's a crying shame that you let out school because of this dude. When you really don't even know the history, and schools is teaching this bullshit. They're teaching it. They're trying to poison the minds of young people and trying to steer them wrong. And then they have to go and go do their own research, just like a lot of the other stuff in there. Come on, man. Like let's really use logic to this thing. George Floyd wasn't perfect. No, he wasn't. Okay, he wasn't perfect. But if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna talk about George Floyd not being perfect, okay, then you'll have to talk about many other people that have died in this world, and many other people that have a plaque or have a day and all this other stuff. Shoot, Martin Luther King wasn't perfect. Neither was Malcolm X. Neither was Muhammad Ali. None of them was perfect. And I got a lot of great respect for all of the figures, but they weren't perfect by any means. But the fact that you vandalizing his statue, and not not just once, multiple times, This has happened more than once. This has happened more than once. Christopher Columbus, Christopher Columbus, okay, they want to do all this stuff to try to cover up history about what this guy was truly about. It's a crying shame. I don't listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. A lot of people, a lot of people in this society, it seemed like they could get away with highway robbery or murder, and they get a plaque or they get awarded for that shit, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's not cool at all. You know, um, the biggest thing that I can say is that I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that this type of shit, that took place. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I encourage people to go read up and really know if you don't know why this is such a big deal. You know, because if you really go do your researches, if you really go do your research and really go uh, dig in deep into the history about everything, you'll see that they'll- everything that they're praising this guy for, and what he brought over here was a complete opposite of what they're cheering on now. And this is my thing. Like, what are you gonna tell them kids? Oh, why do we have a day off? Well, it's Christopher Columbus Day. Well, what did Christopher Columbus do? Well, he sailed the ocean blue and all this other BS. Oh, but meanwhile, look, there was a time, I think last year in 2020, when what they wanted to do is they wanted to make October the 14th George Floyd Day. They wanted to declare that George Floyd Day, you know, but people are gonna go against it. They don't want to make that into any type of day. Would I have been against it? Nah, absolutely not. Just like, you know, Martin Luther King got a day, I feel like Malcolm X should get a day. Malcolm X should get a day, just like Sojourner Truth should get a day. Frederick Douglass should get a day. Booker T. Washington should get a day. You know what I'm saying? All of our people, all our late great ones that paid paved the way for us to do what we can do now. That sacrifice. And see, it was funny, earlier, because, well, it wasn't funny, but what Ticket was saying. Shout out to Ticket too. He was talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and how they didn't love Kareem like that back in the days. And he was on point with that. He was spot on. They didn't like Kareem. They didn't like Muhammad Ali. They didn't like Bill Russell. They had problems with Jim Brown. All them guys that stood up and spoke up. But now they want to try to sit here and be on their side when in the beginning they weren't trying to hear the message or hear what these guys were trying to promote. I don't sit here and act like something like this is funny to me because it's not. And the thing about it is like when you think of George Floyd as sad, when most people think of him, they think of him in a negative light instead of thinking about him in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, whatever he did, that shouldn't be highlighted. But see, they use people in order to go ahead and push that sort of thing, such as Candace Owens, people like that. And she was trying to push that narrative about him and push that narrative about Kobe Bryant. Hell, Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bryant, I think he had the day, if I'm not mistaken. He should have a day. Man, who cares what goes on in these guys' personal life? Only reason y'all talking about it is because y'all know about it. But see, you're only going by what you're reading about Christopher Columbus, right? But if you really go into depth and detail and everything, and we really talk about what this man has done and all of the negative stuff that that he has brought about, then you wouldn't be celebrating him. You wouldn't be celebrating him. He wasn't no hero. He was not no hero. He wasn't any type of hero. And y'all sit up here and y'all glorify these people that are really tearing this country apart and everything. But you're okay, you don't talk about a guy that brought diseases and intentional genocide and depopulation of Indians here. Y'all don't talk about that. The punishment of of children 14 and older, cutting off their hands for tokens, leaving people to bleed to death. That's what y'all celebrate. I mean, come on. I mean, I thought that we were supposed to be celebrating people that actually were supposed to implement change to do something productive for society. That's what I thought. That's what I thought a day in somebody's name should be, or having a statue. Even though George Floyd, he, whether you like it or not, he he got a statue and he did something. He did something that implemented change in terms of racism and injustice and police brutality, whether you like it or not. Christopher Columbus was a rapist. He was a murderer. He was all about deception. He was all that. but they glorify him as a hero, just like they glorify the Pilgrims and Thanksgiving and everything. But they celebrate it, you know. And I don't need to tell a lot of people that are already woke to wake up. But I mean, come on, I stopped it a long time ago. I stopped it a long time ago, man. I don't even entertain, you know, like if you should. Matter of fact, you should take the holiday away, but they'll never do that. They'll never do that. Yeah, they took the statue down. You know, they took the statue down in Baltimore, but I mean, for you know, come on, man, come on. He doesn't deserve to have a day. But y'all sit up here and don't keep the same type of energy for somebody who may have made a mistake or two. You don't know what was going on in that guy's mind. You don't know what type of pressure that man was under. You know, and were you with him 24/7? No, just like half of you people that's you know, this country wants to sit up here and implement a holiday. They weren't with him 24/7. They going by a book. Oh, but with George Floyd, oh, you see him getting arrested, so automatically you automatically have a negative perception of him anyways, of him getting arrested. And most people naturally they're gonna be like, well, what did you hem him up for? Well, yeah, he was doing this in the store, he was doing that in the store, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Already getting ready to just bring that checker past. They don't want to get past any of that stuff. When they bring up Martin Luther King, they bring up negative stuff. When they bring up Malcolm X, they bring up negative stuff. When they bring up Muhammad Ali, they bring up negative stuff. When they bring up Tupac Shakur, they bring up negative stuff. They're not here to bring up anything positive. They're not here to bring anything positive, you know, about this man. Y'all tell me what you think. Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. Like this video, share it, subscribe. Also hit the notifications. I'll get at y'all later.